Well, Coach Mo, you look at this jacket that I'm wearing and it doesn't fit me very well. We made sure that it didn't go on you today because it's a new era of C of I football, but it was the coach of the 1977 team, the last one to really wear this jacket. Now that you're the new leader of the Coyotes, what's that mean to you?
I am so looking forward to being the leader of the program and working with the various people, and I think the sky's the limit here at College of Idaho, and I have very high aspirations and hope to instill those in my staff and student athletes that attend here, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun.
So a lot of the things that came out in the media today was about, your time at Davis, this and that. A lot of people didn't talk about your playing days, and you were a pretty doggone good quarterback back in the mid-'70s, and nearly won a Division II national championship, and playing for Coach Soker back then, that had to have been some of your best days of your life.
Yeah, we were Division II non-scholarship then, and in 1977 we played in what still remains the most exciting contest I've ever been a part of. Nevada-Reno was Division II at that time and ranked #1 in the country, and they came to Davis and brought a lot of people, and we were undefeated also and ranked number 5 or 6 in the country, something like that. And so there was about 18,000 people at our little stadium that holds about 11, and it was really quite a game. And they had a couple guys that went on to play in the NFL. Doug Betters was one, and we were able to win. But the memorable thing about that was that it was kind of the biggest time college football to come to Davis, certainly in my time. And what was memorable about it was just how electric it was. And we're talking 16, 17,000 people. We aren't talking about 80,000 people. Or what I'm getting at is, and what I'm so excited about here is it doesn't matter how many people there are. There's just something about college football. And so those were good days. We went to the playoffs that year, played 2 home games, one against Bethune-Cookman and one against Lehigh, and lost in a shootout to Lehigh, which was disappointing. But those were really, really good teams we had at Davis, and mostly defensive oriented. We were very, very strong defensively.
Mike, from there you had a chance to play professionally, the Falcons, the Oilers, the 49ers, and you go back to those days in the NFL. What were some of your favorite stadiums that you played in? Who were some of the guys that you faced that you remember vividly?
Well, it was amazing just to be in the league in the first place. I think I was fairly athletic, tall guy, kind of a pro-style quarterback in college. So there was rumors, and there wasn't nearly the scouting combines and services and all that ranked the class and all that. But they still had projections, so I was ranked my senior year as going somewhere between the 4th and the 12th rounds. Those days they had a lot more rounds. So I knew I would have a chance, and I was excited because all I wanted was a chance. That's the way I have been competitively. I'm a competitor, and competitors always want to say, I wonder how I could do against the best in the world. And so to get drafted was absolutely awesome and fun, and then to go to camp and with household names for me like Steve Bartkowski, Scott Hunter, an old Alabama and Green Bay Packer quarterback, June Jones, who's still in the profession, doing a great job at SMU. Those were just the quarterbacks on the Falcons at the time. It was really fun. And then the guys you meet, you realize they're great athletes, but great guys, great human beings. So I loved every minute of it. Felt quite privileged to be in Atlanta for those 6 years. Houston became my bouncing around time. I think I was on 6 or 7 different teams in that year in 1985, and then spent the whole year in San Francisco with and that was unbelievable. The quality of their organization was just and that, frankly, that year got me excited about coaching.
And you had a chance to spend some time with C of I alum R.C. Owens when you were with the 49ers.
Well, he was just one of the great human beings on the face of the earth, and so there's the story where the 49ers in 1986 let me go prior to the first regular season game, so I did not travel with the team the first exhibition or first regular season game to Tampa Bay. Turned out Joe Montana got hurt, so I was just considering my options. We were in our apartment in the Bay Area. I had two little kids, and RC came knocking on the door I'm sure it was Tuesday, because that's the players' day off, and he said, "Mike, what are you doing? If we can't get a hold of you, something's wrong with your phone." And turned out the phone was off the hook or unplugged. Turned out one of our sons had unplugged it, but he was just great. "Hey, you got to come down there, and Coach Walsh and John McVay want to meet with you." And so I hustled over and signed a contract, and Joe did return, but Jeff Kemp was the backup. He was hurt, so I stayed with the team the whole year and got to play a couple games, which was really the highlight of my pro career.
We're chatting here with Mike Moroski, the new head football coach at the C of I. And why the C of I, Mike?
The C of I is awesome. The more I learn about it, the longer I've been here, I couldn't be more excited. But the things about it are, number one, I think the timing, and then the people who I first met, which was Marty Hawley, and he was very honest, very personable, and gave me a real interest to want to know more about it. So went online, so didn't know more than that was online. Did find out a little bit more from people that we know from Idaho, and that they like living here, and but then without much research, it's clear that College of Idaho is an elite academic institution, also very serious about athletics, and then also having a vision for how those two things complement each other, and to want to incorporate football is the most natural thing, but I also understand that there's a scary part to that too. There's football players don't always get the best publicity. It's the bad stories that get out there, and there are some not so good things that happen in certain programs, and so I understand that, and I think Marty was very honest about that, and President Henberg was honest about wanting a certain quality of experience for the student athletes that would be very similar to the experience that the rest of the students would have. So in other words, a very integrated approach. So that's what I'm all about. So that was also not in the least a detriment. I couldn't be more excited about being part of that integration and that complementary relationship between athletics and academics, and then the entire mission of the college.
Mike, do you see a lot of correlation between your time at Davis, a very good academic institution when they were Division II, and you look at a good academic institution like the C of I, now playing NAI, with D2 and NAI football pretty comparable?
Oh yeah, it is. Again, one of the attractive things to me was that C of I is in the Frontier Conference, not to take anything away from the other schools in the conference, but College of Idaho does have the best academic reputation, and that's what I want to be a part of. That's what I'm used to recruiting all my years at UC Davis, and that matters, and it should to families. Now, I also believe that you get what you put into an education or a football team or an institution, and so it's all about investment. It's about me investing time and energy in developing a course, but it's also about finding my staff and the student athletes who want to invest and do great things.
We're chatting with Mike Moroski, the head football coach at the College of Idaho. Two final questions. The first one, if you're a student athlete, you're watching this, you're saying, wow, maybe I want to go there. Why does the student athlete want to come and play for you?
Well, I think number one, I want to have a great respect for every student, their family. There's always unique situations, and you don't want to be lumped in any time in life as a California guy or an Idaho guy or a football jock or whatever it is. I just like to treat people well, and I expect that in return. I like to work with families. I understand the dynamics that go into the seriousness of the decision to decide where you're going to go. But I think that there will be a great stability here over the next decade and beyond. I think there'll be people can count on me to be honest, straight shooting, also the highest integrity and all that sort of thing. But I want people to come, young people to come who are really motivated and really want to do great things. And I'm here to help them do that.
Finally, Mike, how does that sound? Head coach Mike Moroski.
Sounds great. I'm looking forward to it. Enjoyed my first day and I'm looking forward to tomorrow.
Thanks for watching on YodaAthletics.com. Head coach Mike Moroski. We'll have a lot more as we ramp up to the 2014 season.